You remember Gabby Mercer. She's the legal immigrant from Mexico who made the passionate plea for SB 1070 in front of the Tucson City Council. Actually, she gave him a piece of her mind. Well, now someone has thrown a rock through the back window of her car.
It's a big rock with a huge hole. I was hoping that the window wouldn't collapse, that I would at least make it home, and it's still up.
That was the end of Gabby's day. At the beginning of Gabby's day, her and some friends met at Raul Grijalva's office. They were going to ask the congressman for a piece of paper that he supposedly signed that allowed Code Pink to go behind enemy lines in Iraq. While they were waiting for the congressman, they found out he was at his campaign headquarters, so they went over there. At the campaign headquarters, they may have been a witness to a felony.
Some man comes running out from Grijalva's office. I believe he's a staffer. He never told us his name. We never asked because it just happened so quick. And he said, ma'am, your issue is being resolved. You will hear from our congressional office in Washington, D.C. So he was talking to me. He was talking to Pat. Maria was standing right over here. The back door opens. He was driving a Toyota 4Runner. So the thing goes up, and I was standing right next to his car. So the thing went up, and I went, whoa. So I looked, and I see some, just political signs. And then I looked again. They were Ruth McClung signs. And I go, you gotta be kidding me. He's a Grijalva supporter. Why is he holding Ruth McClung's signs? So I asked him, and he didn't respond. He said, ma'am, your issue will be resolved. This is not the place, this is not the time. And so I said, sir, what are you doing with those signs? Why are those signs in your car? I'm gonna put them up. So then Maria and Pat and I, we just laughed, and then Pat says, you know that's a felony. I told you I was standing right behind his car. The cameraman was here with his tripod, and he's telling the cameraman to move because he was leaving. So he gets in his car and he backs out. So we just moved, and he almost runs us over.
Now Gabby is saying on her Facebook page that the man they ran into is Ruben Reyes, who used to be a congressional staffer for Grijalva and is married to council member Regina Romero. And even though they don't have actual pictures of Ruth McClung signs in the back of Reyes's Jeep, they do have multiple witnesses, including a Fox 10 photographer. So what about the rock being thrown through the back window of Gabby's car? Well, that happened when they were at dinner that night after she spoke at a Tucson City Council meeting.
So the waiter came. We noticed the waiter came. He was asking at the tables something. So he finally came to our table and he said, do you own a Nissan that is parked right outside? And I go, yeah. He said, well, somebody just broke your window. And I go, oh, really? So we go out and checked it out. And I said, well, should we call the police? And my husband says, why? The police have better things to do. We have insurance. Let's just forget about it. So we didn't call the police. It just happened just like that.
So we can only guess on the motivation for the rock through the back window. Was it because of her support for Jan Brewer? How about her support for Jesse Kelly or Ruth McClung? One thing's for sure, whoever threw the rock probably missed the sticker that her daughter is a Marine.